Hello students, hope you are doing well. So today we are going to discuss few very basic fundamentals and the conceptual things about the resistive circuits. See, it is very easy to say that these particular elements are connected in series or the parallel or star delta connection, but when complicated circuits comes in picture, then it is sometimes very difficult to identify whether particular elements are connected in series or the parallel. So to understand that, we need to have few concepts which we will discuss in this video. Okay, so very first we are going to discuss series resistors, series connections. Here we are having two resistors which are connected in series. So what is the basic thing which we need to understand is how you can identify that whether particular elements are connected in series or not. So as we all know that for series connection we have same current and different voltage. Okay, so first thing we'll see that, and after that we will try to remember direct formula, because for every time we cannot do depth analysis. Okay, so as we can see, if we this supposedly this circuit is connected to the supply, so first current will enter here and it will go in R1, and the same current will go into the R2. So R1 and R2 are sharing same current. So we can easily say that these two elements are in series. Okay, and for this we know that for series equivalent resistance is nothing but addition of all resistance, that is R total is equal to R1 plus R2. Okay, and if you are trying to understand or analyze whether these particular element are in series or not, so you will just see that there shouldn't be any branch like this. Supposedly if there is a resistor which is connected here, so what will happen, the current which will enter in R1, okay, till here the current will same, but at this point what will happen, some current will go in R2, another remaining current will go in this element. So in that case R1 and R2 are not sharing the same current. So that means in that case R1 and R2 will not be in series. Okay, so that is how you will analyze whether particular elements are connected in series or not. And if we talk about the series circuit, then one more important thing which we need to remember is voltage division rule. What voltage division rule is? This is the rule. This is nothing but it is a simple KVL concept. But if we remember this, we can apply directly this formula and get direct voltages across the particular elements. So this is very important, and it will help you to do the fast calculation as well as it will help you to save your time and do fast calculations. Okay, so what is that? Voltage division says that if you are having a series circuit, okay, and you know the total voltage and resistance value of resistances, then you can apply this voltage division formula. It says supposedly if you want to calculate the voltage across R1, so that is VR1 is equal to what, total voltage multiplied by the resistance through which you are calculating the value, that is your R1, divided by addition of resistance. Similarly, if you calculate voltage across the R2, so VR2 is equal to E, that is your total voltage, multiplied by the resistance through which across which you are calculating the voltage, and divided by total resistance. So that is what voltage division rule. And this, remember this is applicable only in the case of series series circuit, and when it is applicable when you know the value of total voltage and value of resistances. Okay, here this is the common formula for voltage division rule. By remembering this formula, you can directly calculate the voltage across a particular element in series circuit. So what says this formula says that voltage across resistance is equal to total voltage into same resistance divided by addition of both resistances. Okay, now we will go for parallel circuits. In parallel circuit, we all know that when we say particular elements are in parallel, then they will have same voltage. Okay, they will have same voltage but different current. Why different current? Same voltage. If we supposedly this circuit is connected through across a particular supply. Okay, so the current will come from the supply and enter here, and at this point the current will get divided. Some part of the current will go in R1 and remaining part will go in R2. Okay, so definitely the amount of current which will enter in the R1 will depend on the value of R1, and in R2 it will depend on the value of R2. So definitely these elements are not going to have same current unless they are having the same value, that is meant R1 is equal to R2, then definitely they are going to have same current. Okay, but as both are applied across the same supply, so they are going to have same voltage. So voltage will be same but current will be different, and in that case you can directly calculate the value of equivalent resistance, that is nothing but multiplication of both elements divided by addition of both elements. So easy way to remember is multiplication divided by addition. Multiplication divided by addition. As you all know, there is one more formula, that is R equivalent in case of parallel is equal to, but if you apply, yes, this is the actual formula, but if you apply this formula, it will take time to calculate the value, and sometimes we just forget to reverse the value, like we calculate 1 upon R equivalent and we write this value R equivalent is equal to, so we missed to calculate R equivalent. Okay, so better way is apply this formula. If you will apply this formula, you will get direct value and easy way to calculate it. It will again save your time. And in case of parallel circuit, we have one more formula, that is known as current division rule. We apply this rule and we'll calculate the formula, and the advantage of this formula is that if we know the value of total current, and the value of resistances, we can apply this and we can calculate direct branch current. Okay, actually it is derived by the KCL only, but if you know that this formula, you need not to apply KCL and need to tedious calculations. You can apply this formula directly and calculate the branch current. So what is the formula current division? It says that branch current is equal to nothing but total current multiplied by opposite arm. That means if you are calculating for R1, so you will multiply it by R2 and divided by total current. Similarly, if you are calculating the current through R2, that is IR2 is total current into multiplied by R1, that is your remaining resistance or the opposite resistance, divided by R1 plus R2. So there is only one change, is that if you will compare with voltage division, then what we were doing in voltage division, we were multiplying by the same resistance. But in case of current division, what we are doing, we are multiplying by opposite arm. So this is the only thing which you need to remember is remember it. Okay. So this is the common formula. Branch current is equal to total current into multiplied by opposite branch resistance divided by addition of both resistance. Okay, so by knowing these formulas, you can directly calculate the particular voltages and currents, and you can easily simplify complicated circuits and save your time. Okay, now we'll talk about the three phase. If we talk about the three phase, we have one more type of connection, that is your star delta connection. As we have discussed in the previous videos, star delta convergence. So we all know about these things, but I would like to point out few important things which you need to remember in case of when you are solving the numericals. Okay, so you need not to remember, or even it is difficult also to remember the whole derivation. It will consume your time. So what is important is that just remember the direct formula or the common formula, so that you can easily apply and calculate the values. Okay, so first we'll see delta to star. Delta to star, as I have told you before, that for solving any star delta circuit, what is your very first step is, you will draw a delta and a star inside the delta. In case of delta to star conversion, you'll have delta elements, and you are supposed to calculate star elements. So if you remember the formula which we have discussed in previous videos, were R1 is going to be equal to multiplication of adjacent element, that is R1 is here, and adjacent elements of R1 are R12 and R31. So R12 and R31, but R1 is equal to R12 into R31 divided by addition of all, that is R12 plus R23 plus R31. Similarly, if we talk about the R2, so R2 is here, and adjacent elements of R2 are R12 and R23. So R12 and R23 divided by total resistance or addition of all. Similarly, if we talk about the R3, so R3 is connected with between these two elements, that is R23 and R31. So R31 and R23 divided by addition of all. So what is the common formula for that? Product of two adjacent arms of delta divided by sum of arms of delta. So addition of all elements, and in numerator we have product of two adjacent arms of delta. So this is common formula. And one more thing, a very important thing you need to remember, that by chance if you have a delta of same elements, like all elements having the same value, supposedly R, so you can directly write directly value of star elements, that is going to be R divided by 3. So you need not to write the formula and apply do the calculations. You can directly write the value of star elements, that is R divided by 3. So all elements of star is going to be have the same value, that is R divided by 3. Similarly, if we talk about the star to delta, so if we go for the formula, conversion formulas are R12 is going to be equal to the this term is going to be same in all values or all in formulas. So that is nothing but sum of product of all elements, that is R1 R2 plus R2 R3 plus R3 R1 divided by opposite resistance. Opposite resistance is what? That is R1 is connected with R1 and R2. Okay, but it is not connected with R3. So we are supposed to divide by R3. Similarly, if we go for R23, so R23 is connected with R2 and R3, but it is not connected with R1. So we will divide by R1. Similarly, R31 is connected with R1 and R3, but it is not connected with R2, so we are dividing with R2. So this is the common formula. We will see any resistance in the equivalent delta is going to be equal to sum of product of elements of a star, that is nothing but this term, and divided by opposite resistance in star, that is the remaining resistance which is not connected with that particular element. Okay, and similar thing happens in the star to delta conversion also. If by chance you are having a star which is having this, all elements are having same value, so we can directly calculate the element of delta, that is nothing but 3 into R. Okay, and all elements are going to have the same value. Even if you apply the formula, you will get the same value, but if you remember this thing, you can directly apply this concept, and you can directly write the formula values, so it will again save your time, and as well as it will be easy for you to solve complicated circuits within time. Okay, so till now we have understood all the concepts related to resistive circuits. So in the next video we are going to solve few good examples of numerical examples of resistive circuits, so that you can apply or utilize your fundamental concept which you have learned in the previous videos as well as in this video. That going to be helpful for you. Okay, so till that, thank you.